Welcome to the XR Motion Show.
We don't have this soundboard, but
hey, we're here at Camp MoGraph. Oh, so exciting, right? And we got David here joining us.
David Mellor.
Oh, man.
Of XR Motion podcast fame.
In person, live.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
Can you believe that
we did our episode digitally, now we're like all here.
In real life, yeah.
This might be shocking to the audience, just seeing this right now.
I know.
It's a hell of a
We're
thing.
real people.
I'm happy to be here with my buds. We're at Camp MoGraph. I am thrilled to be here. It's my first time. So obviously, you're surrounded by literally the most talented people you've been admiring their work online for years, and then you're, playing beer pong or going and playing soccer or sitting by the lake. I mean, it's so surreal. But how's your experience been so far?
It's amazing. And I do want to say before, because people are probably watching, what is even Camp MoGraph, right? It's everybody's own experience and journey. But literally, if anybody hasn't ever heard of MoGraph.com, Dave, Matt, they are amazing podcasters, and they are just so helpful to the community.
Absolutely.
It's like a 4-day camp with, as Andrew said, filled with amazing digital artists, and there's workshops, there's drinking, there's food. It's like an all-inclusive vacation for artists, kind of in the woods, right? So
just a big nerd gathering.
Yeah, and for me,
we're cool.
I feel like
nerds are cool. Come on.
What's so important about it though too is it's sort of like a pick your own adventure too, right? You go to a lot of conferences and you have your set scheduling, and I think for a lot of people in general, but I've certainly felt that way as a creative person. Sometimes I need time to recharge, right? So I don't have to do every single event, and I can do the ones that speak to me and take time to reflect and recharge my batteries a little bit and get back out there. So it's really nice that it's sort of a move at your own pace as well.
Yeah,
it's something I found that's pretty unique to camp.
Yeah, and I'm not like even trying to joke or just be sarcastic, but it's literally like probably my favorite event every single year.
Yeah.
Out of every event I do, I absolutely love it here. I love seeing all the, again, artists, friends. David.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
And you're not the only. We've so many people that I have talked to online or met or video chatted online, to make those in real life relationships. It's so special.
We've even got Mothers of MoGraph.
Yeah, Mothers of MoGraph
you can't
right
even
here.
say
Casey and Jenny.
Like, it's a magical time being here.
Wild.
It's such an amazing experience.
And as these camps continue to go on year after year, it not only becomes like a thing where you're meeting new people, but it kind of becomes like a friendship reunion type thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is year 5, right? And
this is
how
year
long
5.
You both have...
I've been doing it. This is my third camp.
Yeah. This is my 4th time. We met at the Virginia Beach one.
Yes.
We first started talking like on the van going back to the airport about like sculpting on our phones and stuff like that. And then found out, we had mutual friends, and then chatted more at the next camp.
Yeah, and now we're talking about ZBrush on the iPad.
It's happened.
How things have changed.
To be honest, Mikey has been talking about that for a long time.
Have you guys tried it yet?
I have. I'm obsessed.
I haven't, but
Yeah.
someone was pulling the iPad out, doing like little sessions. Was it Jack?
Jags, yeah.
So he pulled that out, and I was like, looking over his shoulders, like it looks so good. It's I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about workshops, right?
Sure.
So there are sort of workshops that you can go to. There's different times. Some of them, and another thing I love, some of them are so technical and specific to motion, right? But then there's the stuff that I feel like I was leaning towards, which is more business development and understanding your worth as an artist and what values align. But curious what everyone went to. How about you, David? What did you start?
Yeah. So the first day I did Clint's photogrammetry session.
Yes.
And then in the afternoon I did Nick Snyder's caricature class, and those were both really fun.
Yeah.
They were both like motion oriented in their own way. Nick's was more about character design and learning proportions and all of that. Clint's was more about taking assets that you capture in the real world and bringing them into your 3D scenes. And I think both apply really well to what I do.
And for Clinton's, you went out and scanned around the park or like around the grounds, right?
Yeah, like I was going around, like I saw like one of those AC compressor units that I tried to scan,
nice.
And then like a tree trunk, and
I was gonna say I'm assuming a lot of tree trunks and foliage and stuff like that.
As I was going back inside, there was like an acorn that dropped right in front of me.
Oh, you were the eggcorn.
Yeah, I saw that some of the pillars had like a big crack in them, so I put the acorn right in the middle, so it could be like the acorn caused this crack in the pillar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I haven't seen it yet. I'm curious how it turned out though.
Nice. So a couple technical ones. Did you do anything else that you thought was particularly useful, or
for as far as class?
Yeah.
Yesterday I did the It's like finding your purpose.
With Donovan. Brutus,
that was really good because it was, it's about yourself. Like it's a very introspective class. So that was something that I hadn't really done before, like more of that internal thinking. And then just to kind of cap it all off, I did Sarah Beth's crafting corner, just like a nice, like just make whatever you want. It was kind of like Caitlin's class last year, where it was just like, you sit around for an hour and you just chat with people and you draw or doodle.
Yeah.
It's nice to have like those high level technical ones, the business ones, and then just like the good casual, just like
let me just give my brain a little massage here. And it's so funny, like
we do some character drawing.
The idea of going to camp is such a, for me, I grew up going to day camps and like a couple overnight camps here and there. It's so, for me, strongly nostalgic. And I think there's such a vibe here of everyone's trying to get back to that sort of state of play and being genuinely curious like you were when you were a kid. And it's so cool. Like the first day we were here, I'm making I haven't done it in forever, but making pipe cleaner dinosaurs and stuff. And just, sitting and chatting and using your hands and getting out from behind the box. So I find that to be super helpful. And I, of course, have to shout out Jenny's workshop, which I did, which was breaking the algorithm, and she, of course, nailed it. It was excellent, and I'm excited to go back, and there's so much practical information there that I think everyone would benefit from.
I think that's like the one class I heard so many people be like, I'm actually kind of excited to go home and like apply these skills.
I'm excited.
I gotta update my LinkedIn.
You don't hear many times people say I'm excited to get on LinkedIn, but I'm excited to get on LinkedIn.
I took Haley Atkins' class. Like I'm full time, and so it was primarily based on kind of freelancers, like finding your dream client. But it was really interesting because it's almost like a self-reflecting class. Like, who is your dream client? Like, what do you love to do? Like, what? It sounds so silly, but I've never really actually taken the time to be like, what is like the perfect dream job, and like, how do I achieve that? And
did you figure it out?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know what? I'm still full time, but no, it definitely I made a list, and it was like a pretty intensive list that I'm like kind of maybe excited to explore. So
I mean, it's funny the question.
My manager's watching. I'm not saying. And then I do want to also say, I took Clint's class too, and I got to meet Clint in the flesh.
And fame.
Oh man, such a cool, awesome guy, and I just wanted to say it's awesome that he's doing a thing. So as we all did the photogrammetry, he's making an entire library of assets that we all get to go home and use in our own projects, which I just thought that was so super cool.
And to that point, you bring up someone who you obviously know from the internet, watching videos, maybe doing challenges. And there are a lot of people here that I feel a little starstruck when you see them, right? But the best part is it's just like
cool.
Everyone, but everyone's a human, right? Everyone's just chill, and it really, like, I don't want to say levels the playing field because that makes it seem like it's a competition, but it really just puts in perspective that we're all capable of making great things, and being around people that are making great things is inspiring, and it just feels super nice.
And I don't ever fanboy, but I just Corridor Crew and and Captain Disillusion are like two people,
Top tier for you,
Yeah, you can bring in like literally a celebrity, Cam Newton, Tom Cruise, whatever, don't care. You got Clint Jones or Captain Disillusion.
Ooh. Sorry, what were you gonna say, David? I think we.
I was just gonna say that. Like you were saying, we're all just people, and at the end of the day, we're just like a bunch of folks that just like to make stuff together, and it's great being here because you're all on that same like-mindedness that you're just gonna elevate each other.
So what else? I mean, so the classes are amazing, right? I absolutely love the classes, but there's also so many extra activities you can do after. There's the breaks, which I love. It's not just workshop 24/7. Workshops end around 2, and then the whole day. What have you guys' open-ended experiences been on the free time? Are you guys taking naps? Are you guys playing soccer?
I've been taking the opposite of naps. I've been staying up later than I've ever been.
It's funny. I think I proved to myself that I actually can still stay up late. I'm usually bored when I'm staying up. So, but it's like I would say, I've played a lot of music with people. That's one of my favorite things about camp. We got guitars and drums and basses, and everyone's just picking up and jamming, and that's been really fun. I don't want to make this competitive, Mikey, because I know you beat my high score, but for a minute there was the reality that I might be able to get on the leaderboard for the pinball machine, but didn't manage to get there. But still fun, everyone's just hanging out. A little competition here and there, but mostly you're just having fun.
And I don't want to say I'm a grand champion at pinball, but that's what the pinball machine says. So I'm not. It's the pinball machine saying I'm the grand champion. So hey, if you guys are curious where that is, it's the #1 spot. All right, so if you're looking for
it,
just look at the pinball machine. Yeah. Thank you, Grayscale Gorilla.
What about you? Besides pinball, what else did you get up to that you were feeling?
Yeah, no, I've been doing a lot of walks, which has been really nice, just walking around. And then as well, I've been, pinball, that was a big thing. And then just catching up with old friends and making new friends. I met Arturo, he's from New York, but we've never hung out. Right. So it's just great.
He's in Brooklyn too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny. You come all the way to camp just to hang out. But it was honestly, we're just, especially New York, grind, hustle, repeat. It's hard to have any downtime. So it was great establishing that. And then I met a lady, Stephanie, and she runs or works at Dash, so I don't know if it's just Dash Bash or Dash. And so making new friends and hanging out with old friends.
Important call out there, this is like a international camp at this point. I mean, we have people from all over. Obviously there are some hubs, right? We got New York, we got people in LA, but Pacific Northwest, huge turnout.
Oh my God, yeah.
A lot of people, right?
Yeah, so between these two camps, I've actually had reunions with people that I haven't seen in probably years or barely knew back in the day when we would have known each other. Right. First one, speaking of Dash, is a camper named Dash. We went to high school together. We were in different circles at high school. Right. And the first day of camp last year, we were just chatting. We're like, oh yeah, so where are you from? Oh, I'm from Portland. Oh, I'm from Portland, Maine. But I used to live in Portland, Oregon. And then we realized over time, it's oh wait, we went to the same high school together. Oh, wait, we graduated the same year together. I remember you now.
We were in the same video together.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then this year, my friend Ben, him and I went to college together. And so we were one of the two people in our graduating class. Maybe there's some others that I haven't reconnected with, but we're the two motion designers from our graduating class. And this was his first year at camp, and he's been really loving it so far, and he says that he can't wait to come back another year.
Nice. And international, right? Australia, UK, Europe.
Got Maria from the podcast.
Iceland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's there's something here for everyone, which is just, it's so nice to be surrounded, to realize how diverse and vibrant our community is, and then to sort of share a space for a little bit with that is just so nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a blast. I absolutely love camp. It's and I say, it's my favorite thing. So Andrew, it's your first time. I'm curious. Was this as much as what you expected,
of course
or
it was
it overwhelming?
I mean, it's overwhelming in a good way, right?
Yeah.
I would say the only bad part is that I don't have enough time to do all the things I want to do and talk to all the people I want to talk to. But at the end of the day, it's just more reason to come back. I mean, this will certainly be a yearly thing for me as long as they keep doing it. So I mean, far exceeded expectations.
No. Did you feel like you forgot anything that maybe you should have brought, or maybe you brought something that you're like, I really did not need this?
I mean, a sleeping bag, because I really haven't slept that much. So, but what about you, Rose and Thorn? Let's wrap it up with the Rose and a Thorn.
I think my Rose is, honestly, I just love the connections. I love seeing everybody again. We even got Vern here. I mean, just so many friends, making new friends, and hanging out with old friends is definitely my favorite part. And Thorn would have to be, I'm so sorry, Matt and David, if you're watching. The food is just camp food be camp food,
Yeah, it is.
But they have food trucks this year, and for dinner, those things are amazing. The food trucks have been awesome. I actually loved it. But
absolutely,
so I've just been eating salads, getting in shape.
There you go.
Yeah.
What about you, David?
Rose for me is catching up with friends. One thing that I started doing last year that I continued doing this year is learning how to DJ and putting together a little mix for everybody a couple times during camp, and that's been really fun because it's I have taken interest in this new hobby, and now I can kind of expedite sharing that with people in a safe space and practice on that.
Right. Yeah.
Thorn would be, I was really looking forward to swimming in the lake.
I
found out there was the algae bloom, so that couldn't happen.
Totally out of our control, right?
Yeah, so, it's nothing they could do about
it,
but it was still oh man, I wanted to be just kind of floating
Chilling in the lake, yeah. We did get a little pool time in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, awesome to be here, guys. So glad we could take a little second to decompress. I think maybe shout out to...
You're not getting away without saying your rose and thorn.
I did say my rose and thorn.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
My thorn being that I can't, there's not enough time to do it.
My
rose is that
that's
it's
right. Okay, that was,
yeah, no,
that
we
was
got
a good
it.
thorn.
That would have been really messed up if I hadn't. But yes, huge thank you to MoGraph.com, to Camp MoGraph. I think if you're interested in coming, check it out. Jen Van Horn, thank you for helping set this up and give us a little space to check out how we're feeling about camp. So thank you, David, for
Thanks for having me at the last second.
Absolutely, no, worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
All right, sign off.
All right, deuces.